Warning: the following program may contain material not be suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
Kill the noise and cut the static. Broadcasting from high in the mountains of West Virginia, we're leaving the 9 to 5 in the rearview mirror. The engine is warm, the lights are green, and it's finally time to shift your Wednesday into overdrive. And now, here's your host, Diego the Podcaster.
On this episode of Bonus Overdrive Wednesday, we're back into the haunted heart of Dead Moines, Iowa, to unearth a band that's truly a ghoulish force. They're a unique concoction in the realms of horror punk and goth rock, blending the spectral harmonies of doo-wop with the energy of old school punk. With new music out now and a tour coming up, they'll be bringing the DeaDites out of their graves and invading your town. All this plus more. Please welcome our good friends and returning guests, Dead Don't Die. My friends, welcome back to Bonus Overdrive Wednesday.
Glad to be back. Thanks for having us, man.
I'm happy to have you guys back, man. We were just talking on the pre-interview. It's been about close to, 9-10 months since we last talked on the show. And we've been keeping in contact through the gram. You know, you're always doing something. I'm always doing something. And it's almost in the weirdest times of days or nights. But we eventually return each other's messages. And I can see from everything going on why. You guys have been very busy. If you don't mind, let's do a little refresher from last time. I believe that, and forgive me because it's been a while, there was a momentary pause because were you transitioning a new drummer in? You needed a tour drummer, or your drummer left, or what was that going on at that time? Or was it a bass player? You got a new bass player?
It's kind of a mix of both. So, we still have Zach Gibson with us drumming, but he just couldn't make this upcoming tour work. So we do have a fill-in, our friend Tanner. Great drummer, fantastic person, just keeping it ghoulish, He's been really gracious and helping us get prepped for this tour. So he'll be on the road with us come June. And then we did also bring in Luke the Madman, who's joining us today. Brought him in on as the bass player. His history with the band, he did a lot of backup acting and dancing for us to really bring forth the theatrical elements in our live show. And so when it was time to start auditioning bass players, it just made sense. He already knew the songs. He knew the stage show. He knew what was going on. So it made sense to bring him on.
And prior to him joining the band, and I know he was added to the presentation to the live shows for Dead Don't Die. Luke the Madman, it's my first time meeting you. I'm happy to actually have you on the show. But what was your history prior to Dead Don't Die?
Not a whole lot. This is the first band I've actually been in, but yeah, just playing in my house, practicing, that kind of thing. Met up with Locust, other Luke, doing background stuff, helping with the theatrics for the show, and then he said he was looking for a bass player, so hopped right on.
So this is your actual first band, bona fide experience. And so what got you interested in playing bass? What kind of bands were you into prior to meeting Lucas?
I've always been into a lot of punk and metal, that kind of stuff. Less so horror punk, but I like Agent Orange, Dead Kennedys, more metal stuff in general. So, Sleeping with Sirens, metalcore, that kind of emo-y type stuff.
So you had to dust off some of the old records because you mentioned some of the things. I'm like, yeah, now I'm going back in time. I know some of the stuff you're talking about. And then it's a perfect mix right now. So the band is stronger than ever right now. A lot has changed in the 9 to 10 months. You have new music out. You have a tour coming up. And towards the end of the episode, we're going to play one of your songs because last time you and I were starting a cult, but now the cult has grown and the Deadites are multiplying like gremlins after midnight, after you feed them. So let's get into Mayhem and Madness. Now, this one is a split album, correct?
It is. We got our fellow fiends, Blanket of M, out from down in Texas. Anthony with Rejected Youth Records reached out and said, "Hey, man, what do you think of Blanket of M?" Like, they're cool dudes. I've kind of seen what they've been doing in the scene, and I've seen them live a few times when they came up here to Des Moines. Met them, good old classic punk rock. And so Anthony with Rejected Youth's like, oh, we're doing a split. You guys want on it? I'm like, fuck yeah, we do. Like, it's gonna be wild. So yeah, it's with our boys in Blanket FM. It's a solid piece of work.
And normally I would ask why a split album. Now, this is not a foreign concept that's been done before. It's been a while since I've seen it. And I'm not saying you, sometimes different bands have different visions of something or a project, but it seems that you guys are seamlessly working on this together.
It's been awesome. Like, Blanket FM, I can't have nothing but good things to say about those dudes. Just they're hard working, they're hitting the road constantly. They push their projects, push their shows. Those guys have a great work ethic, and it's been just a joy to be in collaboration with them, and really looking forward to getting on the road with them and running out on tour and to push this thing.
And so how many tracks does Dead Don't Die have in the split album?
We got four for each band. It's a 8-track album. Mayhem and Madness is 8 tracks total. 4 go to our friends in Blanket M and 4 for us.
And so what was the influence behind some of those songs? And I know we're going to play one towards the end. Let's not spoil that one. So what are you bringing to the album? What concepts are you talking about? What's your inspiration behind some of those songs?
I mean, realistically, it's kind of the same inspiration behind a lot of our songs. Horror movies, stories about cryptids, just good ghost stories and horror gooey goodness. We got a song about UFOs. Got a track that you're going to hear about, based heavily on the old TV show and the Del Toro film, Are You Afraid of the Dark? Just good gothic Halloween vibes,
So, man, over to you. You like horror movies as well, of course, because you wouldn't have joined Dead Don't Die, because that's the first test to see which ones are your favorites. And so, with that, so what kind of movies did you grow up with?
Yeah, a lot of slasher flicks. I like old 80s, 90s type stuff. Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, that kind of stuff.
All right, so this will be your first test, Luke, the Madman. Which one's your favorite Friday the 13th?
Can't be the original.
That's a great start. They got the Kevin Bacon in there. He got wrecked.
That's a great pick for Mother's Day too, because it'll be released later, but as of today, it is Mother's Day. So that's like a fantastic horror movie pick for Mother's Day.
It is. And funny, so I'll talk a little bit about what we talked about earlier. When I made the pitch to have you back on the show and schedule you, I completely forgot it was Mother's Day today. And I got away with it because I got to do some stuff with the wife earlier today. So that kind of gave me a little bit of a hall pass to go ahead and record this episode. But man, you said, man, you're going to get in a lot of trouble. It's like, yeah, I know. And, but I think that the DeaDites have taken over the stream. So Luke, is you and I for right now until Madman comes back on. I think I'm going to back in action. Like Jason, you can't kill him. He's unkillable. So I'll ask you, Lucas, which was your favorite Friday the 13th movie? Because then we talk about the first one, but there's a couple of monster ones in there too.
The first, of course, is a classic, and turning it, the horror franchise on its head, making the mom. I don't remember who said it, but it's like you took America and apple pie and you just screwed it all up, making the mom the serial killer. But I think my personal favorite's the third. I gotta go number 3 when the hockey mask comes out, and it's the debut of the hockey mask, the Jason Voorhees we all know and love. That scene where he kills the biker gang. They're all campy goodness, but number 3 is probably got to be my top pick, just because it's the Jason we know.
And no, great choice. I'll go with mine. There's something about 4. That Corey Feldman towards the end, young Tommy, and then 5 was kind of a bit of a hit or miss, but you have to really be a fan of that movie. And then for some reason, 6. I love 6. Zombie Jason comes to life from the grave.
You can't beat Zombie Jason. So when when they really cement him as like an unkillable machine, like he's already been hard to kill the last 5 movies, but then he literally comes out of the grave. It's like, okay.
Yeah, and then that man, impaled Horshack. He just killed the shit out of Horshack, and then we know him as Zombie Jason, and he's back in action. And the soundtrack, Alice Cooper, it's a very 80s vibe song, but Alice Cooper had a great song, Man Behind the Back. I love it. I'm going to play it tonight now because I was over at antiquing with the wife today, the mothers, and they started playing some Backstreet Boy songs, and it's stuck in my head. I need to get it out. I'm going to listen to some Dead Don't Die tonight.
Yes.
A little Alice Cooper just to get some of that bad taste out of my brain there. And I'm sorry, man. I am way off course here, and I knew it was going to happen. But let's talk about something I love the whole concept of is Punk for Pause. Can you give us a little background on that one?
So Punk for Pause has been an idea growing in my head for about 5 years now. And it just felt like the right time to finally pull the proverbial trigger and say, we're going to go ahead and do this. I found the Talk Shop Lounge down in St. Charles, Iowa, talking with the owner and shared my idea. But, I've always wanted to do a festival to help our local animal shelter, our Animal Rescue League of Iowa. And the name Punk for Pause, it just flows off the tongue, So it's been awesome just working with all the great bands and acts, collaborating and seeing people push it. I'm looking forward to what we can do some real good to help some of the animals at the Animal Rescue League. And hopefully we'll be handing them a huge wad of cash when all is said and done, help feed some puppies and help some cats.
I love everything about it. And I was talking earlier about my dogs. I've had up to 6 dogs at once. A couple of passes were kind of older dogs, but most of the dogs I've ever had were either strays or I got them from a no-kill shelter. And every once in a while, yeah, some of them can definitely use the cash. But if you go on some of their websites, and I don't know the one in your area, but sometimes they need more than just money. They'll need food, puppy pads, cleaning products, paper towels, things like that. So I highly encourage anybody that is an animal lover not only to attend Punk for Pause or give a cash donation, but go out there physically and bring in some donations. If it's food, litter, like I said, cleaning products, it all works out. And because those kind of things, they can, unfortunately, some of these locations, they don't really get that much support from local government.
They don't. That's my hope and my the direction I give anyone watching this or anyone who follows Dead Don't Die or anything like you said, Diego, just go out there, support your local shelters or your whatever you call it in your area, the Animal Rescue League, the animal helpers. My hope for Punk for Pause in the future is I would love to see the brand grow across the states, even around the world. I would love to see it, kind of how Knotfest has done it, right? You see Knotfest in like Europe, Knotfest America. I would love to see Punk for Pause all over, with all the profits going to, help the animals in your area, however that may be.
And I know you mentioned it a few seconds ago. What's the name of the location that you'll be supporting the animal shelter?
Yep. So it is Animal Rescue League of Iowa is specifically who we're going to be donating the profits to.
Excellent. And I'm going to ask you both, Luke the man, I'm going to ask you, are you more of a dog or a cat person?
Definitely a dog person. I've got 3 sitting in front of me right now. So.
Very well behaved. I don't hear them once. I have to kick mine out the room because they're rested. I named one Roscoe, so that name already kind of made them all crazy. So, Luke, ask about yourself.
I love all animals. I've had labs and pit bulls. Right now, I got 2 all black cats. I've started adopting black cats when I heard that there were sickos torturing black cats around Halloween. So, kind of became my personal mission, and that's what started with me adopting them. I'm going to save at least one black cat and help them out. So I got Onyx and Abe, little shitheads, but I love them. They're mine.
Oh, they're greatest. I had cats too, and my last cat, he lived to be 17 years old. I had him when he was 4 weeks old. A little thing in my hand, and I love them all. It could be birds, cats, lizards. They all deserve a decent place to live and to be loved. So you can tell a lot by a person how they treat their animals. So
exactly.
Let's get out there and support Punk for Pause. But that is not the only thing planned for you. You have a big tour coming up, and that's the difference from last year to now because you've been so busy. Now we have a tour. We have new music. Where are you guys going to be?
So we're just going on a little regional run, like you said, with Blanket of M, support of Mayhem and Madness. Um, June 7th, we'll be at the Sydney in Omaha with our friends in River City Rejects, DSM-5. Um, June 8th will be Sioux Falls. We'll be returning to the Den. We love that place. We love the manager, Jamie. Our friends in Beer Goblins will be playing with us again. Brutal, awesome party metal, just good fun. We'll be June 9th, we'll be up in Minneapolis. It's going to be at the Underground, going to be with Rat Fight and Velvet Ghoul. Excited to play with those guys. Haven't played with them yet. We'll be back in Dead Moines, June 10th at Plain Talk Books. That's going to be just us and Blanket of M. We are doing a special secret after party show with put on by No Such Sound at the No Such Sound House. It's going to be with I'm spacing on the band name, so do forgive me, guys. But Americature, our fellow Des Moines band, is going to be headlining that. So you'll have to ask a punk or Deadite for the address for those of you who are in Des Moines to get into that show. But we're looking forward to it. 5 shows, 4 states. Going to push this album as hard as we can and bring the ghoulish gospel to as many new of the faithful as we can.
Hell yeah, brother. And right now, what I'm going to do, thanks to you, Dead Don't Die, I'm going to give them a little taste of what's coming up when you come to their town and invade them with your horror punk. And man, I love you guys. I love you guys, what you're doing. And here's a little taste of what's coming.
I think we lost audio, Diego.
Yep, can't hear
Gosh, look at me, it's amateur hour. Let me start over again with the new microphone. I'm getting used to this one. Where you helped me out yet again because now Blanket of M will be on this show here in a few weeks as well, and you're gonna tell me all about how Dead Don't Die party. So I mean, whatever you're hiding now is gonna come out next week. And no, that was a beautiful promo, and it shows Mayhem and Madness there. And I know now. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm trying because I've been looking at your socials for a while. A music video. And how's that experience been so far?
That was a lot of fun. It was very hot. I mean, for anyone who's been in any sort of photos or videographer studio can tell you it's not the best airflow, but it was Roman with Thrash Panda Media. Fantastic. He's our normal videographer. We love that guy. And he always does a fantastic job with photos and video. So it was an easy choice working with him on this. But yeah, as for our upcoming single, Are You Afraid of the Dark? We're going to drop the single and the music video May 23rd. The experience, I don't know about so much for the Madman. I thought it was hilarious. We had swinging light bulbs, people getting hit in the face, almost getting knocked out, almost setting things on fire with the candle. I mean, what about you, Madman? What did you think of the experience?
It was a lot of fun. I definitely enjoyed it. Definitely sore the next day after putting in 20 takes of the song, jumping around for the whole time.
Well, I was going to ask you you're a very fortunate person, and not only is this your first band, but you're also already recording the music on a tour and on a music video. How are you taking all this, man? It's kind of like a dream come true.
A little bit, yeah. I think I'm super fortunate to be part of this project for sure. It's been a lot of fun. Super thankful for Luke Ass for bringing me on and bringing me along for the ride.
And with that being said, being brought along with the ride, because I know that the shows can be very physical for the band. It's very exciting for the Deadites, the audience out there. What have you added more? Because I know every year, we all want to top what we did last time. Have you added anything new to the stage show?
I mean, we definitely brought Eddie the Alien, our inflatable alien we bring out during UFO. So we love to give him to the crowd and see what messed up ways they try to destroy him. You know, for Let's Start a Cult, we definitely want to bring that cult like almost eyes wide shut type vibe to the intro, and then just having Luke the Madman. I mean, you want to talk about a madman? Go check out our live videos. This man will take his bass and he goes out into the crowd and starts a mosh pit with them. Okay, so if you come to a Dead Don't Die show and there's a mosh pit, you're pretty much guaranteed you're going to get a mosh with our bass player.
You get that circle started. That's how it goes, right?
Yeah.
Man, that's awesome. I love the energy you guys are bringing today on this beautiful Mother's Day. And well, let's bring it into this because the tour is not too far away. How are you guys getting in shape for the tour? How much rehearsing have you been doing? It's got to be exhausting.
It has been. I mean, just been just hounding it out, getting our tour drummer Tanner ready, getting him comfortable and situated with the songs, and there's so much back end logistics that go into a tour, routing it, places to sleep, obviously the promotion. I mean, and what do you think about all the practices and the prep work, Luke?
I mean, practices aren't too bad. I mean, we practice anyway. That's what bands do, So I don't think it's too bad just rehearsing, but I'm sure Lucas does a lot of the logistic and administrative work, so I'm sure it's rough on him to be trying to get with all the bands and promoters and schedule lodgings and all that kind of stuff.
You're like an octopus, Lucas. You're just
Pretty
handling
much.
everything, and that's okay. Sometimes it's good to keep everything straight, make sure everything goes perfectly the way you want, and everybody's happy. I wish you guys were on my side of the world because I would love to. I've never been to Iowa. I'm thinking I'm overdue for a trip to Iowa. And I asked this maybe last time, and I'm going to ask it again. Maybe both of you have a different opinion. If I were to ever travel to Iowa and I'm going to go to a Dead Don't Die concert, I'm going to get in the pit. I'm going to do my thing. Middle-aged man in the pit. That's okay. I can handle it. No problem at all. After the show,
First.
I will do my calisthenics. I just started getting into kettlebells too, so we'll talk about that some other time. It's late at night. The show's done. The town is closed, but the Deadites, so the dead, we're always going to be hungry. Where are we going to eat?
Zombie Burger in Des Moines, always a great choice. Good burger joint that just has some eclectic options, we'll say. Good theme.
I think you stole my suggestion. You got Zombie Burger, Monsterama Pubcade down on the south side of Des Moines. There's a bar and arcade, and they got some pretty good food there too. Got some pizza options and stuff like that. I don't know. We got a good little fast food burrito place, Maria's. Got a few of those around Des Moines. Always good if you're up late, like 2 a.m.
Well, I know you guys are up late now in my area, and we'll get into the typical food in Iowa. My area, the biggest thing here, for some reason, over at the Sheets or the Wawa gas station, pepperoni rolls. I don't know what it is. This area, it's like, have you had a pepperoni roll yet? I go, no. Goes, you must have one. Well, we can't let you into this town. So they're pretty good. So what is a normal cuisine in Iowa look like?
Pork tenderloins are pretty big. I feel like just about every small town has their pork tenderloin place that you got to go try.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, being a pork state, we got the pork chops. We got Iowa State Fair. The jokes, everything's on a stick. So get everything on a stick. Deep fat fried. Anytime my friends or fellow bands from like out east or down south come up, they're like always shocked by all the fried food we got. Everything's heavily, and ranch, a lot of ranch dressing, it seems like, in the Midwest.
Wow. And That's no joke. The deep fried stuff's great. You ever had and I'm sure you have, a deep fried Snickers or an Oreo?
That hits. It's good stuff.
You should only limit yourself to one because you're gonna wind up in a bad spot, my friend. And I know I'm thinking way ahead. We're already halfway through 2026. Some goals have been achieved. New music out. You have a tour. Punk for Pause. Before you know it, 2027 is going to be here. And I know you dropped some new merchandise late last year and this year. I hate to ask you this question. What's coming up for Dead Don't Die in 2027?
Well, 2027. Nothing solidified yet, but let's just say we want to head south. We've made some connections, and we definitely want to go to some place tied heavily into voodoo and the mystic culture. So there's been discussions of traversing down to Nola Way.
Well, that's where you're going to find what you're looking for there. But now comes my favorite part of the show, and it's one when I get to share some of the music from Dead Don't Die. And we're going to go with Are You Afraid of the Dark? And if you don't mind, can you give us a little background on that song? And then we're going to hit it.
Yeah, that song, I mean, you can definitely, and I always like hearing what people think of songs, we've written or I've written with other projects or whatever. And because you really see what people's background comes into it musically, like what they're a fan of or what they're familiar with. Because that song, some people have compared it to like a goth version of the Doors. Other people are like, that's definitely a typo negative influence, right? Maybe a Danzig type influence. And I think that's all fair to say, because I really love typo negative and Danzig, and I grew up listening to the Doors, of course. So it all was influenced into it. But that song was written with a former project, The Miscarriages, that I was a part of. And my drummer and I at the time were just in my studio, and I was doing some power chord progressions and picking them apart and throwing a few notes extra in there. And I just started playing that main riff, that intro riff, and he just starts grooving on the drums. And it was like maybe 20 minutes. We had the bones of this song down, and I just started saying the lyrics. I'm like, here they come creeping. And it just kind of connecting. It was one of those beautiful magic moments that happen every so often. It's something really kick-ass and gothic rock metal goodness came out of it.
Awesome. And this is Are You Afraid of the Dark by Dead Don't Die on Bonus Overdrive Wednesday. Lucas and Luke the Bad Man, thank you for being our guest.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Here they come creeping right outside your door. Here they come sneaking. They only wanted more. With their little eyes and their sharpened fangs. Here they come again to take your kids away. Don't be afraid of the dark. Are you afraid of God? Hold you in my arms. Don't be afraid of the dark. Leave a little tooth. It's a give and take. It's a blasphemy. There's so much at stake. Don't be afraid of the dark. Are you afraid of the hold you in my arms? Just don't be afraid of the dark.
All content on this broadcast is a property of Diego the Podcaster and is served directly from our servers with no modification, redirects, or rehosting. All celebrity impersonators are paid performers. The impersonated celebrities do not endorse or promote any views or opinions expressed by our guests, Diego the Podcaster, or Bonus Overdrive Wednesday. The information shared on Bonus Overdrive Wednesday is provided on an as-is basis, with no guarantees of completeness, accuracy, usefulness, or timeliness.